Welcome, City Council. We're all here. This is Tuesday, September 28th, 2021. We started at 6:30 with a work session. It was about victim advocate program here in the city, and that was really, really interesting and good for all of you who were here. I think that was great information. We'll have a roll call here. Start with Richard.
Richard Higginson.
Millie Segura-Bar.
Randy Lewis.
Kendall Harris.
Chris Simonson.
Kate Bradshaw.
Thank you all for being here, and we recognize all of you who are in attendance and our staff, which we appreciate all who are here. We always recognize our Chief of Police, Ed Beeler. Thanks, Chief, for being here. I know you have a little part, I think, in here tonight, so that's good. I think one announcement would be appropriate, and that is a former mayor, in fact, the 28th mayor of Bountiful, Bob Linnell. He was the mayor before John Cushing here, and I think a lot of people can remember before me it was Joe Johnson and then John Cushing and then Bob Linnell, and he was on the council as well as being a mayor, and he passed away recently. I was able to attend his viewing tonight. He's just, you can tell by the lines too that he's been well respected in his life and has given a lot to the city of Bountiful, has always been an advocate of Bountiful and has always been interested in what's going on around him. So I think it's a great thing to honor him, and when you, if you haven't seen his obituary, I think I'd read it very closely because it's worthy. It's a worthy life that he led. So we'll start tonight by having a Pledge of Allegiance, and I've asked, where did I write that down? Valentino. Yes, and he's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay, thank you. Oh, Dylan, yes, Dylan Valentino. Thank you, Dylan.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Dylan, for helping us. We appreciate it. And tonight we have a prayer, and we've asked Debbie McFeeters, and Debbie is the Relief Society president in the Bountiful North Stake. And so we really appreciate you being here for us, and if you just come forward, that would be wonderful. Right at the rostrum here, yes, please.
That mic might be off. Is the green light on the mic? Okay.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we are grateful for the opportunity we have to gather here this evening to discuss the city we love. And we pray that thy Spirit would be here with us to make wise decisions and to have good discussions that would lead us to those good decisions. We are grateful for the opportunity we have to vote pretty soon, and we are grateful for that process in our country, and ask wisdom and a blessing on all of us that we would make good choices and then support those choices. We are grateful for the freedoms that we have in our country and in our state and in our city. We are grateful for those who have sacrificed so much to give us those freedoms. We are grateful for these council members who are sitting here tonight and for their sacrifice in serving the community. Please bless them and their families in their absence. We ask these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. Thanks, Debbie. This next 10 minutes is our public comment time, and we give each person up to 2 minutes to speak here again at the rostrum, and if you would come up, and this will last no longer than 10 minutes. We'll begin now, and there's a little beeper here that tells you when 2 minutes is up.
Good evening.
Oh, I forgot to say your name and where you live, please.
Got it. My apologies. My name is Jack Parker, and I reside at 1515 East, 3010 South in Salt Lake City. You mentioned that you need people to see something and say something. The organization that I represent and the individuals that are here with me today are here to talk about the proposed skate park at Washington Park. I was asked to come to address the city council, do my work history and the ambassadorship that I do for Skate Park Respect, and as a full-time skate coach. What am I? I am a COVID skater. My background in skating comes as a result of COVID. I moved here after being a contractor for the United States military. I'm working on my PhD in sport and exercise psychology. I'm a veteran. I've been a D1 volleyball coach and been to the national tournament multiple times. The biggest thing that I was asked to do is come out and talk so people can understand that when you use a skate park, it's not just one small group who may be combative, may be violent, or another thing. You can't put a profile on individuals who use a skate park now. Spock Skate Camp, we teach a lot of people how to skate, whether it be children, moms, Sisterhood of Shred. We have a variety of people that now come out and learn how to skate. And we are from Lehigh all the way up to Layton, and we have more parks trying to get involved with this. As the skate park ambassadors, we get out and we teach individuals through liaising with park managers, district managers, Salt Lake City, Mr. Justin Potter, I'm working directly with his office, but we get out and we get people involved with the cleanup of their parks so that when they leave, it is cleaned up. And some of the other individuals have been doing this for 3 years. Do you have any questions for me?
Did you have a final statement?
I was going to
you
say,
wanted to make?
he lost about 30 seconds on that mic thing at the beginning.
Oh, yes, okay,
Okay.
so just, take a moment and finish up what you wanted to say.
Roger that, sir. The biggest thing that we would like individuals in the city to know is there's a large growing number of ambassadors throughout the state. We are constantly recruiting individuals, and our ongoing efforts are free to you because we are liaisoning and we are fully funded because we are a 501c3. We're an international organization. And ultimately, if you do approve the skate park and its resources, we will be coming into the community and working with individuals locally to keep it cleaner and safer. And you will see a broad spectrum of individuals who come out and use it. And Sean has some information for you about end users.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Jack. My name is Sean Peterson, and I reside in 943 West Vista Ridge Drive, Lehigh, Utah. I am a skateboard ambassador as well for the city of Lehigh, and I am also part of an organization that I founded called the Utah Skate Park Advocacy Group. And what that group is, what my group and this group here, what we're trying to do is continue to, with skateboarding in the Olympics and things happening in the Olympics, what we were trying to do is, mend the gap between the skateboarding community and the cities across the state of Utah. I think there's a really interesting dichotomy there that I think there's a gap that needs to be filled to meet and mend those relationships. And that's solely our goal, right, is to continue to show the good that can come from this amazing activity in skateboarding and the amazing, principles and things that have been brought into my life, into our lives as skateboarders through skateboarding. We did have a survey, and I would be happy if it's appropriate to hand this out after I'm done speaking or sometime tonight. But what we've been able to do is canvass the whole state in a span of about 2 weeks. And in that period of time, we have a myriad of different data and statistics to be able to show. And in particular, this handout that I'll give you later is in particular about the bountiful residents and what they feel they need in a skate park. And it will kind of give you a really good idea for the different demographics and what your constituents and also what your youth are saying about the needs of a skate park here in Bountiful. But anyway, I guess my last words that I'd like to say, wrapping up, is, if your city doesn't have a skate park, unfortunately, your city is the skate park. So,
Sean, thank you.
yeah, do you guys have any questions for me?
Sean, yes, why don't you take those things that you want to have passed
course,
out?
yeah.
And if you'd give them to Gary here, who is our city manager, he'll make sure that we get we get the information that we need. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you, guys.
Anyone else?
Mr. Mayor, I have a question.
Yes.
It's not often we get younger visitors to our council meetings. I was just curious if the younger people that were here would tell us their names and ages and their favorite skateboard trick, since
Oh,
they've
cool.
come to our meeting.
So go ahead. Yeah. Do you like to skateboard?
Say your name and your favorite skateboard trick.
Xander, and my favorite skateboard trick is a manual.
Nice.
Okay, all of you come up and just make a line right up here and just one after another.
My name is Darren, and my favorite trick is a tray flip.
Oh, there you go.
I cannot do that.
A
You did
transfer.
fine. Thank you. You guys introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Leonidas Parker, and my favorite trick's a Benihana.
Hello, my name is Noah Sutherland, and my favorite trick is a 1080.
Hi, my name is Dylan Valentino, and my favorite trick is a varial flip.
Whoa. Okay, anyone else? Thanks. Please.
My name is Linda Smith, and I live at 91 West, 2050 South. I don't know if any of you have seen the beautiful truck that's parked over in the circle right around the corner off of 50 West that they built there so that large trucks could turn around. There's a beautiful rusted-out truck that's parked there all the time. And I look out the back window seeing big vehicles come down there, having to make several turns back and forth to make that curve because that truck is there. This winter, you're going to have snowplows down there doing the same thing. It's an accident waiting to happen, and it won't be a nice one. So it needs to be looked into why that truck has to be parked there rather than in the cemetery or someplace else where it's not set up to be a hazard.
Is this one of our trucks? Is that what you're
It's the
saying?
city cemetery trucks.
Oh, okay.
So I'm assuming that it's part of the city since it's the city cemetery is part of Bountiful.
Well, we'll have somebody from our staff make sure that we get back with you.
Okay.
And so that
Okay.
you have an answer.
Okay, yeah, I can just
Hey.
see, you can just look out the back window and say, yep, you get some of those vehicles. And that's the main reason that was put in there, was so that they could come around and turn. You can't do that with that big, huge truck there.
Well, we appreciate your eyes and your ears.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else, please?
Claudia Lindeberg, sorry, 2057 Penman Lane. Now, I really appreciate these people want a skate park, but my question is, what percentage of people who live in Bountiful and pay taxes is really going to use the park? And so I think that's something to think about. I understand these people don't even live in our community. They're not paying the taxes for the skate park.
Anyone else? Okay, with that, we'll finish up then with the public comment, and we will begin the next items. Consider approval of the minutes, previous meeting held on September 14th, 2021. Any corrections or additions to those minutes? And if not, I'll look for a motion.
Mayor, I'd be happy to make a motion. We approve the minutes as printed, seeing no corrections.
Thank you. And a second?
Second?
Thank you. Maybe Millie with the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Council reports. Kate?
I would just remind any interested parties listening online or here in the meeting that there are two important events tomorrow at City Hall. The first is our final public design open house for the new park at Washington Elementary, and the second is a Meet the Candidate opportunity that'll be happening slightly later in the evening.
Thank you. Chris?
I'm sorry, Mayor, my allergies are killing me tonight, so I'm sorry. I'd just like to report that there are 84 lights on the monuments in the Bountiful Veterans Park. This last week, we were able to submerge the last remaining 12, so all 84 lights on the monuments in the Bountiful Veterans Park are now submerged. So when the city uses the snow plow and the snow blowers through the park, they'll be free to do it. Thank you.
Well done. Way to look ahead. And Kendall?
Nothing to report tonight. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you. And Millie?
Nothing to report.
Richard?
Also, nothing this evening. Thank you, Mayor.
Oh, I will, actually, Mayor, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I forgot, I'm so used to our youth council being here. The youth council had a great activity on Saturday where we cleaned up Holbrook Canyon Trail, and they worked hard for about an hour picking up trash, and they did a great job doing that, so.
That's great. Thank you. We will consider the approval of expenditures greater than $1,000 paid September 6th, 13th, and 20th of 2021. And I'll look for a motion.
Mayor, if there are no corrections, I am happy to put forward a motion that we approve our expenditures greater than $1,000 paid September 6th, 13th, and 20th of 2021.
Thank you. And all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Chief Beeler?
Okay, thank you, Mayor and members of the council. I'm here again tonight to ask approval to purchase our last two vehicles for this, this upcoming year. We were waiting for pricing on these two vehicles. That's why it was not included in the last time that I was before you. Funding for these vehicles is included in our current budget year. The vehicles to be purchased are one 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee assigned to the Detective Division, specifically the POP unit. The Jeep will be purchased from Ken Garf Jeep at the Utah State contract price of $33,841. This price is within the amount budgeted in the 2022 budget. This is a non-traditional police vehicle make and model due to the nature of some of the investigations that this unit does. The other vehicle is a 2022 Ford Explorer assigned to the Detective Division. The Explorer will be purchased locally at Performance Ford at a price comparable to the Utah State contract bid price. The vehicle from Performance Ford will cost $29,987. We're going to sell two vehicles that these will be replacing. One is a 2008 Ford Explorer with 41,000 miles, and one is a 2014 Jeep Cherokee with 72,000 miles on it. So with that, I respectfully request your approval to purchase these two vehicles in the amount of $63,828.
So moved.
Second?
Thank you. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Wow, that was easy.
Yeah, thank
Chief.
you.
Goodness.
Hey, Chief, did you hear I got pulled over last week? I was coming out of the, oh, yeah. But I got to tell you, I just really appreciate the police. I was coming out of our open house, and I came out, I was actually waiting for Cecily to make sure she got in her car safely, and I pulled out right over here to the side, and then the lights came on, and they pulled me over, and I said, oh, what did I do? And it was a policeman I'd never met before. He looked inside, make sure I didn't have any alcohol in there and everything, and then asked me what I was doing. I told him, and he said, oh, I'm not giving you a ticket or anything. It's just you don't have your lights on. I'm going to protect you. So I don't normally give people tickets for not having lights on, but I pull them over so they'll be safe. So anyway, yeah, that was somebody that had not recognized me and I hadn't met before. So it's the first time I've been pulled over as the mayor, though, so I was pretty Pretty proud of that. Okay, consider approval of a resolution, 2021-18, and we'll turn that over to Clint.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a real estate purchase contract for property located at approximately 1385 Bountiful Boulevard, just on the northern end of Bountiful Boulevard below Skyline Drive. We have already built a water tank there, so this is just purchasing the ground in which the water tank sits. We secured some agreements with the property owner a long time ago that allowed us to occupy and use the land and install our water tank. It's been there, it's functioning, it's great, and this was just a lot of negotiation from then until now. So it's a standard form, nothing unusual in it. It's the form that's approved by the Utah Association of Realtors, and just need approval so that we can get it signed and get it deeded over. We'll do a lot line adjustment, and it will be ours.
Good. Any questions from the council? Okay, if not, then I'll look for a motion
So moved.
and a second.
Second?
Choose.
Kate?
Kate? Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. All right, thanks, Clint. And we'll turn this next item over to Mr. Johnson, our power man. You going to tell us all these positive stories too tonight?
I'll keep it lighthearted tonight.
Oh,
We
okay,
talk about
good,
positive
good,
things this morning. So,
I wasn't going to be able to sleep with all the nightmares if I had to hear them all again.
I'm not sure you'll come visit with me at Power Commission anymore. So,
All right, thanks.
what I have before you, Mayor and Council, is really something that's pretty monumental. We've got a mutual aid agreement. We've had mutual aid agreements through the Intermountain Power Superintendents Association, which picks up the UAMP cities, UMPA cities, and also the REAs. But what this has done is the first time that we've been here that we're actually going to have an agreement that would actually include Pacific Corp. And this really stemmed from our windstorm a year ago. As we all know, manpower was hard to find, and even they had to bring people clear from Texas. So this kind of spearheaded where this came in to allow us to be able to move manpower and materials back and forth through everybody in the state. So I think this is a great agreement. This agreement, basically follows a lot of what the IPSA agreement has followed through on there, and which will allow us to either call on Pacific Corp or them to call it. It's a voluntary agreement. We don't have to go, but if we're available, they can go and move back and forth and help us if we have problems through the state. And obviously, we've been prone to wind, and I'm sure we'll have wind again before we're through, and it'll give us the ability to do that. And also, as we hear the word COVID and materials get harder, this will allow us to be able to get material back through them, where we've been able to do it through the cities, but it'll actually allow it to be through Pacific Corp. So, we did go through the Power Commission this morning. It comes with a recommendation. It's been looked at by the city manager, and I think Clint had a chance to look at it. I didn't follow through. I apologize to hit this so late, but it'd be the Power Commission staff and the recommendation that we approve the resolution 2021-19 for the Utah Mutual Aid Agreement. And they will be having a signing. We're going to allow the mayor to sign on the 7th of October at 3 o'clock at the state capitol at the Gold Room, which will be a big event that we'd be able to be part of. So it'd be our recommendation that we move that on to allow the mayor to sign this agreement for us.
Thank you. There are no questions. I'll look for a motion.
Yeah, I'll move to approve this mutual aid agreement.
Thank you. And a second. Thank you, Chris. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks.
All right, appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Alan.
Thank you very much.
Alan, we
Good
usually
night.
get you for 4 or 5 little items, but
Well, I'll be back in a couple weeks.
good, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. All right, we'll turn the next item over to Todd. Todd Christensen.
I'm over here this time, so Lloyd's out
Oh,
of the
there you
office.
are. Oh, thanks,
but
Todd.
I'm filling in today.
I
Yeah.
didn't notice you right there.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of the City Council. Nathan Subdivision is a small 3-lot subdivision at the corner of 400 North and 325 West that was approved in 2018. There were 2 existing improved properties which were subdivided to create a third building lot. And that third building lot needed utility services run into the lot, and those services have been run into the lot now. The curb, gutter, and sidewalk have been replaced, and it's been inspected. We have found all the improvements acceptable, and so now we recommend that the city council accept the public improvements replaced for the completion of Nathan's subdivision, authorize the release of the bond, and relieve the developer of any further obligation.
Thanks, Todd. Very efficient. Any questions?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Kate. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Well, Todd, well done.
Thank you.
And we'll turn some time now over to Craig. Nice to have you here, Craig.
Well, good evening, Mayor and Council. Thanks for having me here today, this evening. I come here to talk about pipe again. With the radium problem that we had coming out of our 17-8 well, we had to implement a blending plan. And part of that blending plan was to install pipe on Davis Boulevard. Now, that's a 8-inch pipe and a little bit of 10-inch pipe. Now, the pipe that we generally have in stock is a DR18 pipe, which doesn't hold the pressures that of which the pumps create. So we had to get the DR14 pipe that can withstand those pressures of the pumps. So we were able to get 3 bids, one from Western Waterworks, one from Mountain Land Supply, and one from Ferguson. Ferguson and Western Waterworks did not have this pipe in stock. So there was going to be ship times, 3-4 weeks of wait in between that. So after talking with Public Works Director and City Manager, came to the conclusion that getting the pipe from Mountain Land Supply Company for $27,000, $760, was the way to go because they had that in stock. And I guess this is more of a forgiveness thing because we kind of did that already. But that way they are actually in there installing that pipe as of last Monday. So that project is moving forward. Kind of the unfortunate thing about this is a significant impact was that this was kind of an unplanned thing. And so it pushed off one of our scheduled pipe replacement jobs into next year because of the unplanned nature of this. So at this time, I'd just like to ask for the approval for the purchase of Mountain Land Supply pipe DR14 for 8-inch and 10-inch, $27,760.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
I do have a question if I could, Mayor.
Sure, please.
Craig, does this mean that some of this pipe will be going in the ground this fall?
Yes, it is going in right now.
Super.
Yeah, so from Center Street to 250 North. They started at Center Street and they're working north.
Perfect.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
So there's been a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Mr. Hill?
Perfect, thanks.
Thank you, Craig.
That totally scared me for a minute. I thought, what have I got on the agenda? Did you see me flinch?
Thank you, Mayor, members of the City Council. I want to request a 2-minute timer on this.
Oh, good. Did you start that, please?
I second that.
Thank you. Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, we got you. We
All
got it
right.
covered.
I'm here to talk to you about some work trucks for the Parks Department. Recently, the City Council approved 2 new full-time positions in the Parks Department, and these are vehicles to help support those 2 full-time positions do their job. We went out and, given the situation with the automobile industry and the delays and all of the things we're experiencing there, costs, we went out and and got some bids clear back in April. We recently just took delivery on those 2 vehicles, and so I'm here to ask for forgiveness also because those vehicles have been paid for. So, but in that process, it took 6 months to get those vehicles. We went out and we, based on that information and based on direction from city manager, we asked, and also that they were the apparent low bidder. We asked Performance Ford to go ahead and get those ordered. And so we've taken delivery on those. They are the low bid at $35,674 for each truck. One of those trucks will be new. One of them is replacing a vehicle that's in our current inventory that's a 1987 and still runs. It's about the only one that you can jump in and start right up. So anyway, I'm here to ask for this council approval to purchase 2 2021 Ford F-150s. They are a 4-door work truck or a crew truck in the amount of $32,879. They were discounted at the time of delivery, an extra almost $3,000. So that was beneficial. And I'll answer any questions you have.
What was the timer? In that case, motion to approve.
Okay, motion, nicely done. And we have a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? No.
Well
Brock,
done.
Thank you.
Well done.
awesome, buddy. Okay, we'll look for a motion to adjourn to a closed session.
So moved.
With just state the location, which is the conference room there.
Mr. Mayor, I
Conference room.
motion that we adjourn to a closed session in the conference room to discuss the purchase, exchange, or lease of real property, reasonably imminent litigation, and/or to discuss the character and/or competency of an individual.
Second.
In a second.
And I have my, in
yes.
in Phineas and Ferb, the villain names all of his inventions are something annator. So this is my random annator.
Is this the one, did you find it over there again?
Yeah,
that you
still
fi-
there.
you-
Yeah.
You fixed it
It
over there?
survived.
All right. I'm surprised, but good job.
Think of the trees saved.
I know. It's like a 16th of a page. Councilmember Harris.
Aye.
Councilmember Higginson.
Aye.
Councilmember Simonson.
Aye.
Councilmember Barr.
Aye.
Councilmember Bradshaw.
Aye.
Okay. Thanks for all of you being here. This city council is done. Thanks for coming. Remember those 2 events? Again, tomorrow night, we'll look for you.